Here again. To be honest, don't really want to talk about what happened last week. Can't be bothered, but actually now I'm starting to say it. I think I can probably do so. Last week so I did a thing about my ex, and then I wrote her a letter, and went and posted it to her as well as some other stuff, and then we went out and discussed how we felt about stuff. I then spent the rest of my I then planned out to do the things I wanted to do for the rest of the day, and then she then messaged me, and then we met, and then we didn't really discuss anything, to be fair, but we then eventually came to discuss the stuff, and how we felt and stuff. I did in a way which, because when I'm around my ex, we're not the best together. We broke up for a reason. We haven't understood each other's points of view, and haven't been able to see eye to eye and understand one another. So in us meeting up, I've been able to slowly stitch together an understanding of her, and I think she maybe has been able to stitch together an understanding of me. I hope so. No, I guess so. Yeah. No, she has. She's been more accommodating. But yeah, so that sort of there was a complication with the other person who I'm seeing. But yeah, so me and her met up, and then the whole week went by. I can't remember anything. And then I went on Friday. On Thursday, I think my mum came down or something. We had food. Friday, I think it was, that was Thursday. I don't know. I think it was Thursday. Friday, I went up to Manchester. I went and saw Worried About Henry, which I think is what it's called. Which was at the Warehouse Project. I keep on calling it the Manchester Project. But yeah, the Warehouse Project. I fucking love the music there. It's something that I want to actually get into, I think. Maybe just dabble in. Maybe make a couple of mixes of drum and bass stuff or something. I really love the music. Something I want to do again, definitely. Makes me want to see if I can find drum and bass groups in my area. What else was there? Came back. I had dinner on Monday with Mum, and then I saw my ex Tuesday, which was yesterday, and now it's Wednesday, and I realised that when I was with my ex yesterday, that she wasn't really acknowledging a lot of the things I was saying, and so I kind of felt hurt by that, and I was a little bit stroppy or in a mood about that, I have to admit. But she had her own stuff that she needed to work on. She had her own essays and stuff. Ultimately, I don't know. Realistically, I didn't feel fulfilled. No, I don't know. I didn't feel fulfilled yesterday. So yeah, I kind of feel a bit down about that. I feel like I want to take my life into my own hands far more, and I've been living a lot of my life very recently for other people, as usual. One of the things that feels the easiest to do would be to cut ties with both people and just to start doing my own thing, but I don't know if that would be just a form of like escaping it, or if me saying that it's a form of escaping it is just itself its own cope, because I don't want to do that, because I wouldn't want to hurt their feelings. Whatever the case, though, on Sunday I'm meeting Max again, and then I'll probably spend, quite a couple of days this week with the other girl. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I need to dedicate a lot more time to myself, and go and do things I actually want to do. Because I haven't really been doing. So yeah, that's it. I also need to get back into properly eating, but then I also need to have money to afford to eat. That's what I look like. I'm tensed. There was some femoids at the thingamajig at the rave, and I took my shirt off and I was aware, and I flexed, and I was aware that two groups of girls sort of kind of started looking at me and the rest of my group, and I felt very conscious, very self-conscious. So it's like shit like that I want to get better at. I want to be able to, walk around, not give a shit about what people think of me. And I mean, preferably, I'd like to be able to, do something like that. Have a girl be attracted to me, look at me, and then for me to be able to not shy away from it. Because I realised, I don't know, sometimes when girls do look at me, I just get scared. I don't do anything about it. I'm just like, I try and ignore it. I try and hide away from it. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that's I guess that's a bad thing. I guess, though, what I should do is I should just accept that I am that way. That, yes, this does occur. And then that's the first step to changing it. I guess I don't know, yeah. I was going to say, I guess I don't know how to change it, but then I do know how to change it. What I do is I start looking back at them, and I start smiling. That's all I expect from myself. So once that's normal, I then start doing a little bit a higher step. I then maybe say hi, or maybe I then try and interact with them in some way. I don't need to stress about it. It's all progress. It's all lifting weights. It's all gains. It's all alterations. It's all just practicing a skill, building up that skill, being okay with the failures of that skill, or not getting it right, and just doing enough times that it just works eventually. So yeah, I don't know, financially, I'm about to start a job next week, hopefully. So yeah, I'll actually have some money that I can actually then spend on food and shit. Socially, I've got the two girls I'm seeing. Haven't really. I saw my friends, in Manchester. But I haven't really been out to any socials. Haven't really seen anyone. Kind of neglected being that sociable. I think that's just because I've probably been inside my own head. Mentally, I've been degrading every single week, really, just because I haven't journaled nearly enough, as I feel like I'm sane. So yeah, I don't feel the more I journal, the more I understand about myself, the happier I am. And I haven't journaled nearly enough. I've dedicated way too much time. I've dedicated too much time to other people when there'd be a lot of benefit if I was just to put my foot down and not be scared by others getting hurt by me not wanting to spend as much time with them. So yeah, mentally I'm kind of a bit more drained, and I feel more and more like I'm becoming a hollow shell of who I could be or who I am. Physically I'm okay. I'm the same weight as I was when I left. When I left to come to uni, which sounds bad, but it's actually quite good because with a uni diet and the amount I can have now, I thought I'd decrease. I thought I'd be like maybe 4 kilograms lighter. I'm 64.2 or something. Yeah, and I need to eat far more. I dedicate a large part of my day, probably probably 4 hours to cooking every single day. So I need to maybe start meal prepping and stuff like that. But it requires getting into my routine, which then also requires compromising things with other people. So, I guess I'm going to have to do that ultimately. So yeah, financially, I'm broke at the moment. I'm going to get a job. Socially, I'm not very social, really, ultimately. Mentally, I'm a bit more drained and not really following what I want. Kind of just being a bit more sad in general. Those are because I'm not really doing what I truly want to do at the moment. And physically, I am okay, but I could be growing. Like, just because I'm at uni doesn't mean that I have to be getting worse. I just need to use my time better. Yeah, I need to spend a lot more time. The types of things I want to do is I want to work far more, I want to read far more. I want to spend a lot more time just walking around and just observing things. I want to go out to clubs and I want to chat to people and improve my game with girls. I want to read, so I want to be more productive with my time, where I want to be able to start like my own ventures in like businesses and stuff. And I think I come up with a lot of excuses or fears for why I shouldn't do these things, like going out to clubs or something. Like at the moment I haven't got any glasses, so I'm having to telling myself like, oh, you can't talk to that person because you haven't got any glasses, you can't read them and shit like that. Got a haircut yesterday though. I feel like my hair might even be declining, like on the sides. So I don't know. I also want to work out some kind of skincare routine. See you guys.